But Brooks, and I'm angry. Welcome once again to the vlog. Asset Underdogs. We are talking about how to grow your net worth, and we're doing it as you follow along with my journey of getting to $100,000 in net worth, positive net worth. At the moment, I am at announcement at the end. So one of the big changes this week is that I got angry at the problem. So I work in a bank. I work in an entry-level position. I do not make a lot of money. In fact, I only make 40. I just got a, get this, 24-cent raise. Yes, 24 cents on the dollar of my hourly wage. So now I am making about $47,300 annually. And I mean, yeah, I'm angry. I'm not even going to lie because, I wanted to advance in this profession, in this career. And even though I've only been working in it since September, I am just like, I'm worth way more than $47,000 a year. So this is what I did, right? I looked into what kind of credentials and just things that I would really make me stand out in the job market. And I came across, I talked to a coworker, a colleague of mine, and they were like, oh, you know what you would be great at? You'd probably be great at, financial advisement and all that kind of good stuff. And in order to stand out in that field, you should consider sitting for the Securities Industry Essentials exam, the SIE exam. I looked into it. I signed up for it. It was $100 to go ahead and sign up for it and get, signed up for the exam. And I'm taking the exam in April, and I have my study materials here, which I paid for as well out of pocket. And I plan on getting that credential so that I can then in the job market consider finding something that is a good fit for my skill set and for my education level and my drive and ambition professionally. So there you go. I mean, sometimes you just gotta get mad at the problem. I don't know. Second thing, I came up with another strategy. So you remember last week we were talking about how things don't scale sometimes when you're talking about like getting a part-time job at stocking shelves at like the grocery store or whatever. Like that doesn't scale because you're just trading your labor for, wages, and you're not able to kind of exponentially grow that without having to add the same amount of effort. So I have been looking into things that would scale. And one of the things that I came up with, I was thinking about the Secure the Bag Book Club on my YouTube page. What Brooks Spent is the Secure the Bag Book Club, and it is a gathering where we live talk about different financial books. And one of the first books that we talked about was back in October, we talked about intellectual property. I was thinking to myself, like, IP definitely scales. How can I translate the IP that I have in my brain, the asset that is my brain, and put something out there in the marketplace that would be useful and advantageous to the people that I seek to serve? Well, here it is. I can't show it to you, but it is proof. It is such a good product. Oh my God. It is so like smart, and it is so just thoughtfully curated, and it's something that is somewhat of an upgrade to a product that I had already used for like 7 years straight. I had bought the same product 7 years straight. It has helped me, keep myself organized and keep priorities top of mind. It has, kept structure in my life, all that stuff. So here it is, and I can't wait to show it to you guys in the coming weeks. So there we go. And additionally, I went to the Hill Junior Library with my twin sister, and I'm going to show you how that went. Just got off work, and I am heading to the library to co-work with my sister.
So the co-working slash body doubling, if you know, you know, session got off to a great start. We started talking about revenue generation and things that like grants, pre-orders of the product that I'm developing. Like it was just, so good, so good. I mean, you can just tell on my face, like I'm in the zone.
Yes, we started thinking about things like grants that I could write to for business purposes. We talked about, pre-orders of the product that I'm developing. Like we talked about all that stuff and I got so juiced because I just feel like the What Brooke Spent universe, right? The Asset Academy on my website, whatbrooksspent.com/course, the Secure the Bag Book Club that we, talk about different assets and how to acquire them and how to protect them in that, kind of space, right? The content that I produce on my YouTube and on my TikTok, like all of that stuff is to serve a purpose, which is to make sure that you guys understand that it is about readiness and preparation when it comes to, growing and protecting your wealth. So payday was last week on the 6th, and I got a reimbursement that I just stocked away in my my stash. And then I also got my federal refund check, which was about 2,300 and some change. So those were kind of some like infusions of cash that I'm going to use for like investment purposes. And we'll figure out the strategy, as the week rolls on next. And then as it relates to payday, I have been kind of looking for the leaks in my, kind of spending, in my budget, in my, expenses. I've been looking for the leaks. I want to know, where are some things that I can just be like, oh, let me reel it in, or let me make sure I pay that off so that I don't have to have a payment every month, and therefore I can use that money that I would have been spending towards maybe a loan payment, because I have a personal loan that I can then put it towards investments of all kinds. So there we go. I'm also making sure that I check the Monarch app, which I have provided my referral link down below in the description. You can look into that and see if it's something that'd be worth your while. If you sign up with my referral link, then you get a 50% discount on the annual membership, and I get a gift card if you go ahead and tie an account to your subscription. And would love the support, but also I just feel like it's super useful because it has everything from like a budget option where you can like kind of track your spending. It of course tracks your assets and your liabilities, so you can load like loans, credit cards. You can load even like the value of your car, your mortgage, your house. You can connect it to things like Zillow, so you can kind of have an estimate of what your house might be worth. There on and on it goes. It's a really robust app, and I really feel like you guys will get a lot of use out of it. So go ahead and see if that's something that you'd be interested in and sign up. Also, speaking of like opportunity, there is some opportunity definitely in my brokerage account. Right now, I only have like $350 in it, but I plan to add more to it and invest more. And I was looking into dividend stocks thanks to Walt Street Bets, the user on YouTube. He stopped by and left a very thoughtful comment on my last vlog, and I just really appreciated the support. And so I checked out his page, and he's got a lot of like insights as it relates to investing in the stock market, sports betting, all that kind of stuff. And I don't think I'm going to be sports betting anytime soon, but I do think that it's important that we get information where we can find it from people that are already walking the walk and talking the talk. So yeah, Walt, thank you for the support. Okay, let's get into the numbers. Okay, so there's some movement. I've got it. So we started at 68,000, right? Net worth. Well, I'm up to 75,000 because there was some movement on the upswing of the value of my home on Zillow. That was about $5,000 over the last month that it increased. And then retirement investments, it went up, increased in value by about $1,660. And then I also made a payment on that personal loan. It was about $230. So that decreased my liabilities. And then I also did a little payments towards my credit card that also decreased some of my liabilities. So that's about a $7,000, if my math is correct, increase in my net worth. And we've got some movement that needs to be made, but that actually hits the mark for what on average I need to increase my net worth by in order to get to that $100,000 mark. I need to be like at about 5,300 in terms of increasing my net worth, and I have hit the mark, and it's only been 2 weeks. Heck yeah! So anyway, that's what's going on with me. I'm studying, I am creating, I am evaluating, I'm plugging up the leaks, and I'm just so thrilled that I'm making progress. Thank you for following the journey, and make sure that you check out the previous videos of this vlog. It's under the playlist Asset Underdog. And make sure, if you feel this content, if you think it's valuable, go ahead and tell the others. Yeah, that's what I want you to do. I want you to tell the others. All right. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I will talk to you guys on the next video. Bye.